What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix documentary feature, American Murder, The Family Next Door. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. This is a heartbreaking documentary. There's no other way to describe it. And don't worry, I'll elaborate on its unique format, which I find to be very effective. But just from the subject matter alone, this case only happened a few years ago. We all remember the gruesome details reported on the news. It's still fresh in our memories. And you ask yourself, how on earth can a husband/father senselessly take the lives of his wife and kids like that? But this docu does point out that there's a lot of things that factor into such evil motivation. Now, don't get me wrong, that is not to excuse Chris Watts at all. What he ultimately did is unjustifiable. But as you watch this docu, you become like a fly on the wall, an eyewitness, if you will, to the timeline of events that lead up to a man choosing to commit a heinous crime as opposed to the other more generally preferred option, a messy divorce. Directed by Jenny Popplewell and edited by Simon Barker. In 2018, 34-year-old Shanan Watts and her two young daughters went missing in Frederick, Colorado. As further details emerge, their story made headlines worldwide, told entirely through archival footage that includes social media posts, law enforcement recordings, text messages, and never-before-seen home videos. American Murder, The Family Next Door pieces together a truthful examination of a police investigation and a disintegrating marriage. I wish I had had the opportunity to interview director Jenny Popplewell, because I would have loved to know how she obtained all the footage that you see on this docu. They've got the police body cam footage, they've got the interrogation surveillance video, they've got the social media posts, and they even had access to the text messages exchanged between Shanann and Chris and between Shanann and her friends. My God, this all feels a bit invasive because we get front seat row to their private thoughts. But it's also absolutely incredible the extent to which this docu goes to let you play the role of the silent, attentive observer. So this docu doesn't have narration, it doesn't have talking heads, it doesn't have any animated illustrations, and it seems that the only professionally taken sequence are the aerial drone shots above where the bodies were found. Part of this whole method kind of reminds me of that docu Catfish a decade ago, and part of it kind of reminds me of the 2018 thriller Searching, where it utilizes technology's point of view as a representation of us, the audiences. The difference is, American Murder, The Family Next Door is a true story. It's a true crime tragedy. So when you see the text moving across the screen as if somebody is typing those very words on their smartphones, there is something unsettling about it. It's like a voice from beyond the grave. I'm not gonna lie to you, this docu is kinda spooky. It goes back and forth between Chris talking to the detectives and the few days prior to the murder. I think people who watch American Murder, The Family Next Door will have a mixed response regarding to Shanann and Chris's marriage. They won't have a mixed response about the murder, but they will have various opinions and they'll cast judgments on Shanann and Chris's relationship, because what is presented here does somewhat amount to a gossipy, scandalous drama, but the outcome is devastating either way. In conclusion, American Murder, The Family Next Door may not be for the faint of heart, but it's quite possibly the most haunting, most immersive documentary feature that I've ever experienced.